Hey there everybody, this is Taylor with Brothers in Whiskey, and I'm going to do a quick cask effect today. I am currently up in Wisconsin for military school for 2 weeks. I got a little bit of a respite this weekend, so figured I would go, and small little bottle here, because got a relatively small suitcase on the way back, but we're going to look at the Texas TX blended whiskey from Firestone Robertson. So let's dive in. You'll have to excuse me, I do not have a Glencairn with me today, but I did go to Wahlburgers at the Mall of America yesterday, so I've got a little bit of glass, which is better than the paper cup here. So a little bit about this particular distillery, based out of Fort Worth. Again, that's Firestone and Robertson Distilling Company, based out of Fort Worth, Texas. And I did a little bit of research on them. There's quite a bit more I think you have to find about them. They do have a couple different bottle offerings. And they're going to go everywhere from blended, which is what this one here is. They've got a straight bourbon, a barrel proof, a BIB, and then a couple finishes, namely port, sherry, and cognac, which I think is pretty cool. It's a pretty nice wide variety of them. With this particular bottle, first off, we'll get another quick look at that good coloring that's happening there. Nice golden amber color. Beautiful bottle, by the way. Nice and simple design. A little bit of screen printing on both the back and the front for the labeling. We see a couple little particulates flying around on the inside, which is always good. Means we're not having to worry about too much filtration happening, which I'm a fan of, especially with Scotch whiskey. Nice little bit of like linen fabric here around the throat, and then they've got a cork, I think it's a true cork, with an accent on the top. Synthetic cork, all right, means it'll last a little bit longer. It's definite pro. And then if you don't know if you saw, so that is the little leather accent that's on the cap. They do a couple different offerings. I want to say they said somewhere on the website that a lot of their bottles are going to have a variety of toppers, and much like, see, what's the wording they used? Much like Texas and the leather that you encounter and the cowboys you interact with, everybody's got their own story. And so they've got a blue one, which is for one of their brand ambassadors. Big name brand with them is Ezekiel Blue Mitchell, who's a bit of a cowboy. You can look for more information on him at their website, which I will link below. Yeah, like lots of really cool. They probably had like 5 or 6 different colors on the shelf when I found this guy. Let's go ahead. Ooh, very nice, very prominent. Like, oh, I mean, it's gonna be sweet. A lot of corn, most likely. So even if it's not completely bourbon, it's gonna see a lot of that corn influence. Nice and sweet. Pour myself a little, not too much. Do have some studying to do before the day is done. Let me see, is there any place I can put this guy? He's just gonna sit out. There you go, that'll work perfectly. Let's see if I can rotate that just a shade. All right, so yeah, this bottle is going to ring in at a nice 82 proof. That's 41 ABV for anybody new to whiskey. Per their website, which normally I don't like doing this, their website has a few tasting notes. I don't like to be influenced too heavily when it comes to what I'm going to smell or pull off of either the nose, the palate, the finish. But I do think it is valuable for anybody who's interested in getting a bottle. This one wasn't terribly expensive. I think I probably paid, low to mid 20s for it. It is a 375. So it's a nice entryway to get into the bottle without committing too much to it. But on the nose, they're saying vanilla bean, pear, and slightly sweet. Now, I don't know if it's just what my diet's been the last couple days. This does smell a little sweeter than I would normally drink. This is kind of Maker's Mark level. Maker's Mark, in my opinion, is kind of on the sweet side. Buffalo Trace will generally get to be almost too sweet for me. But so far, not really getting into that pear. Might just need to breathe for a moment. I do get the vanilla. Vanilla is pretty prominent there. Just gonna come, yeah, like I said, 40% or 40 ABV area. A lot of bourbons, even a blended like this, it's gonna sort of emulate a lot of that. Palate. We're looking at honey butter, caramel, and banana. Now, my wife would not be hip on that. She is not big on bananas. But there's only one way to find out. Cilantro. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That'd be a solid daily drinker, or definitely be used for a mixer. Very, very good, just all by itself. Bottle's not chilled at all. It's just been sitting in my room. It's been about 65, 66 degrees. I will say their notes on the finish are pretty spot on. Long, smooth, not really a burn. So all that sweetness is really counteracting a lot of the more peppery notes that would maybe give you spicier finish on it. So it's good to see that. Like I said, this is very, very approachable. Nicely done. I want to say it's got their names on the back. Let me see. Let's see who Robertson and Firestone are. So we got Leonard Firestone and Troy Robertson. Very cool. Both co-founders in it. Let me see. What do we have here on the back of this bottle? At F&R, we value two things: true craftsmanship and excellent whiskey. That's why we blend and bottle TX by hand to bring out its sweet aroma, robust flavor, and smooth finish. The result is bold like the Texas you know and distinctly satisfying. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Please come see us. Very cool. And much like what I said a minute ago, 60% grain, neutral spirits. They specifically notate corn on it. So that very much explains why it is both sweet and smooth. And we love the word smooth around here. If everybody's got any cool ideas on how to make a smooth, soundboard sort of clip for me, put it down in the comments. I would love to do that. I know Cage and I were joking about doing that during our last episode, which was a little bit lengthy. We appreciate anybody who weathered through that whole thing. Let me see what else other notes I've got here on them. Which, by the way, another important thing in terms of getting yourself your own bottle and trying it for yourself. It is only available in certain states. I would definitely go onto the website, which again we'll have it linked below, or who knows, I put it somewhere over here on the screen. Check out that website, and they've got a locator, find a bottle for yourself sort of thing. I definitely recommend it. I know that's really a hard thing with some spirits, is they're not offered everywhere, so you kind of have to battle with that sometimes. I think for the most part, I've mentioned just about everything that I can about this. When I kind of dive back into it real quick, obviously this glass is not made for this. I get a little bit of like bread pudding. I don't know if anybody, I got some bread pudding in the fridge. Maybe that's why I'm thinking about that. There's like a very sweet corn, sort of pastry sort of aroma on this one. Try to see if I can amplify the ability of this beer glass. Very approachable. There's not much burn. You could probably drink quite a bit of this before I really got miffed by it, if you will. Very delicious, good. Relatively thin mouthfeel. It being a lower ABV, that's going to happen. But like it's crazy because not as oily, but it sticks on the palate for a really long time. Like even now, talking, sort of swallowing every couple seconds, moving my tongue around, I still very much feel that it has coated my tongue, and still very much taste it as well. So always good. So you kind of get like a return attack, maybe with lessening value as you go along before it fades away for the most part. Yeah, it's really good, really good. Very fortunate to have found this guy just sort of sitting in there. I guess to sort of recap, the last week that I've been here in Wisconsin, I will tell you about some of the alcohol-related experiences that I've had that were kind of novel for me. One of them was having an old-fashioned Wisconsin style, which I had never heard of. My dad's originally from Minnesota. I would have thought I might have heard it maybe in some passing context with him or somebody else I might know, but had a bartender a couple nights ago make an old-fashioned Wisconsin style, and I gave him the deadest look I could think of because I had never heard of it and I had no idea what that meant. He briefly explained to me that it's basically old-fashioned, exactly like you'd make it, but they just add Sprite or something, lemon lime adjacent in with it. So wasn't too bad. It was more run-of-the-mill like cocktail than like an old-fashioned. Old-fashioned has a very hallmark flavor to it. But with this one, it kind of felt like I was drinking like a Long Island iced tea or something. And it's pretty good. They used Wollersheim. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'll add their link in the description as well. They were using their 2 Mile Wisconsin straight bourbon, which I had never heard of or seen before, but the bartender highly recommended it, so we went with that. Other than that, most of the time I've been here, it's a lot easier and less expensive, as many of you might know, to drink beer. So got to try quite a few new beer expressions that I hadn't gotten the opportunity to, and my roommate and I went to Minneapolis from here and went to the Mall of America, tried a couple beers there. We were going around, ate at Wahlburgers, which is where I got the cut. And so a couple ones, and again, this description section is going to be full of links. I highly recommend checking out these breweries, distilleries. They're all going to be relatively smaller operations, so that may impact how big of a spread they have. If you're not local to Wisconsin, that may be a little bit harder to find some, but don't lose hope, or go ahead and go for a travel. Just a little bit of go on a holiday and come visit any of these places. I will try and give you guys as much information as I have and get you guys set up for success. But one of them was New Glarus. I think I'm saying that right. They're pretty popular here in Wisconsin because you can only find them in Wisconsin. They have isolated their market down to Wisconsin, and I've got a buddy, shout out to Kelsey, back at home, who is originally from up this way, and he has probably about 20, 30 cases of it in his garage at any time. So he's let me try it a couple times. Very, very good. Their spotted cow specifically. Very much enjoy that. And I got to try a couple of their other expressions while I was up here. On the way back from Minneapolis yesterday, we did stop at Reed's Landing, which I think is in Reed's Landing, Minnesota. It's right off of the Mississippi on the border. And they had a fantastic burger, fantastic just like food overall. That's where I got the bread puddings in the fridge. I also have a crowler of the Hefeweizen in there, so I'm excited to try that sometime this week. Overall, really nice ambiance there, right next to some tracks, right next to the river. Sort of a hole in the wall, sort of almost missed it when we were driving by. So I was really happy when we stopped in and had a nice, I had a brown ale, and it was quite good, and very reminiscent of think it's Blackstone, down in Nashville. They've got the nut brown. It was very, very good, very, very similar. And my roommate had their hazy and their hazy IPA. He spoke very highly of it. I'm not an IPA guy, so I did not have any of it. We went to Prize Brewing. I think I said that right. Pryes, which is in downtown Minneapolis, and a very cool overall concept for that bar or brewery rather. Nice, open, very communal seating, very terraced, not many like isolated seats. All the benches and chairs were made so that if they were utilizing the big projector screen on the one side, everybody was set up to be able to turn on that for like big sports events, I imagine. Anytime the Twins or the Gophers are playing. Beautiful bathrooms, facilities overall really, really, really nice. Really good design and a fantastically large and well furnished outdoor area. They were having an art fair sort of thing going on outside, and a lot of really cool art coming from the locals in Minneapolis. And then the last one is Hillsborough Brewing, which is a 6-pack I picked up when I got here, just as something to wind the day down with. I found a little cream ale. A little cream ale is pretty nice. Light on the palate, nothing too heavy. Pairs well with a dinner. And I've been pretty impressed by a lot of the stuff that they've had. My roommate's got something else by them, and he's pounding them back. So he's enjoying those. Other than that, don't think I really have anything for you today. Definitely recommend grabbing yourself one of these if you can. Very, very approachable, not only in price but in flavor as well. You're going to be able to go and mix this with stuff if you're into it, or you can take it boom, straight neat or on the rocks. Like I said, relatively low alcohol, and then fantastic bottle design. My wife will probably end up using this for something on a wooden shelf before too long. Just really nice overall. I'm a really big fan of the cork. I think I sat there for probably about 5 minutes just trying to figure out which bottle I wanted. And I definitely recommend checking them out if you can find them, or especially on their website. Give them a little bit of traffic, and if you buy anything, tell them that we sent you. And if you have anything else you want to reach out, got questions, requests for us to try out on this channel, as you probably know, we are still pretty new into the YouTube sort of thing. Regardless whether or not you're watching or listening, we'd love for you to give us some feedback, and also check in with us, not only on here, but on Instagram, where you can find us, brothers_in_whiskey, and that's whiskey without the E. And I think that's about all I got for you today. So pleasure having you check in, hang out with me, enjoy a drink with me. Sláinte.